The month of May has some great product opportunities, and we're about to uncover 3 of those opportunities that you can begin selling as an Amazon beginner seller for the month of May. Now, per usual with these videos, we're going to be covering the innovative, high demand, and niche products that will be in demand this up and coming month and should continue that demand throughout the next couple months. Now, to kick things off, and what we normally do is we take a look at one of April's products to see how it performed over the past 30 days. So let's jump into one of the products from last month, which was the Garden Flags 12 by 18 double-sided niche. A mouthful there, right? So this is actually one of those products that did not perform as well as I thought. Up to this point in this video series for over a year now, the products that I've always recommended have performed very well over the next 30 days and so forth. This is one product, one outlier that, honestly, this is the risk that you take when you're an Amazon seller. It's not always going to work out as you planned. You can do as much research as you can, but you're not going to be able to control the market. So let's look at some of the data. On the left here, we have the snippet from the end of March, early April. So this is the data set from there. And on the right is the data set from this week, which is about 30 days later from this one. Now, the first thing that we want to take a look at is the average monthly units sold to see how that trended over the past 30 days. As we can see, it actually increased by about 100 to 1,155 units. So that's good news there, right? Average monthly price went down about $1, and the monthly search volume just decreased ever so slightly. That is not that concerning, but what is concerning to me is when I jump over to the competition and the niche score, which went from very low and an 8 out of 10, and it went down to went up to very high competition into a 4 out of 10 niche score. So what does this mean? This means that a lot of new sellers have entered the market, and Jungle Scout is now aware of that from this data set. So Jungle Scout, using their algorithms or whatever they use to determine these, they're saying that, hey, there's too many sellers in comparison to the search volume and the demand for this to be a very attractive opportunity. Now, if you began selling these in April or you're in the process of getting these from your supplier, I would not jump ship and I wouldn't be too worried. This is very normal for the majority of niches that I take a look at. At one point or another, competition is going to become medium to high to very high, and the niche score is going to go down. Now, with that being said, this has happened quicker than I previously thought it would. Typically that could take 3, 4, maybe even 12 months for something like that to happen. But in this case, it's happened over the past 30 days. So it's just something to be aware of. It's the inherent risk that you take on as an Amazon seller. Jumping down to the historical search volume trend, we can see that there's been minimal change. It's increased ever so slightly, but it's not that dramatic rise in demand that we're always looking for when we're trying to enter the market at the right time. All right, so let's head over to our innovative product niche that we'll be taking a look at. This is a product that has a lot of potential. You may not be seeing the demand right now that we should be seeing in future months, but it's really given us that out-of-box thinking with a product that can solve a problem for an individual. So this product for this month is the motion sickness glasses, which, it's a very cool product niche, a very cool product to begin selling. I'm not entirely sure how this product works, something to do with the lens on, in your peripheral, but it's able to cure or at least treat motion sickness when you're in a vehicle or on a boat or something along those lines. It's pretty neat. So let's take a look at the data. The average monthly units sold is below 1,000 at 856, so there's still a lot of potential with this, but it hasn't really hit that marker of 1,000 units sold that we typically look for. Average monthly price is fairly high at $48. Monthly search volume is extremely high at about 30,000 searches per month. If you take a look at the historical search volume trend down here, there was very consistent demand throughout 2020, a couple hundred searches per month. 21, it increased a little bit and then tapered off. And then just recently, in this past November, and especially throughout April, we've seen these number of searches dramatically increase. And this is what we're looking for a product that's going to have some very, very high demand. Moving back up, as we'd expect after looking at the search volume down below, the 30-day and 90-day search volume trends are at 160 and 37%. Jungle Scout is saying competition is very low, a niche score of an 8 out of 10, and very low seasonality. All great indicators of what we want to be taking a look at. Next, let's move over to the Jungle Scout Chrome extension to see how Jungle Scout is actually rating these 52 top results. So as we can see, these numbers are very high. We have an average rating number of 2,236, opportunity score of a 4 out of 10, high demand and high competition. But you should never just take this for what it is, because there's a reason why this data is saying that is basically a bad opportunity, and all these sellers have extremely high reviews. Here, I'll show you. So if we go down here, we can see that these are the glasses, right? There are 2 listings right here. That makes sense that these are here. Now there's these anti-nausea wristband. If we scroll down, we can see some more. Looks like there's some type of supplements, some type of medicine that you could take to relieve your motion sickness. So this is something always very important to take a look at, is to make sure that in your product niche and the data that Jungle Scout is pulling, they're all like products and similar products. As you can see here, there's everything from travel wristbands the whole way to supplements and medicine and our glasses that we want to be selling. Now the good news, if I scroll up and down this page, I see that's sponsored, so I'm not going to count that. I see 8 total listings on this first page that are actually the glasses. To me, just from a rule of thumb, that is very low competition if you're not competing with these wristbands and other type of devices, which you're not in this case. The last thing on this niche that I want to cover quickly is just the supplier. I found a supplier here on Alibaba. They're identical glasses to the ones that we saw on Amazon. They're $7.20 per unit with under $1 per unit shipping, so not too bad. If we head over to our calculator here to see what our profit margin would end up being, I'd say that we could sell these for about $24.99, which seems to be the average price for the actual glasses that are on that niche page. If we go down here, we can see that our total unit cost, which is our shipping from China, and our unit rate is $8.03. So this yields about a 39% profit margin, or $9.65 per sale that you're going to make in profit. It's pretty good. As long as this number is above 35%, I'm typically going to go for this opportunity, and this is my last and final check. Moving on to our next product, which is our high demand product. This is a product that's great for wholesalers just to purchase something, not necessarily brand it, and quickly sell it on an existing listing or a generic listing. So this product for this month is going to be the picnic table cover. This is a very common product. I'm sure you're aware of what it is. And these are just great for this time of year as people are getting outdoors more, and throughout the summer as people will ultimately be spending a lot more of their time outdoors. So from the data, we can see that the average monthly unit sold, again, a little bit under 1,000 at 741. Average monthly price about $23. We'll be taking a look at this, here in a second to see if this is just for one picnic table cover, if it's for 2 or 3 or so forth. Monthly search volume, very high at 25,000, and a great set of numbers for the 30-day and 90-day search trend. Competition low, a niche score 7 out of 10, and low seasonality. If we head on down to the historical search volume trend for the past 2 years, we can see these mountains of search volume happen, pretty consistently throughout the previous 2 years. This tells me that there is a seasonal aspect of it, even though Jungle Scout is saying low seasonality. So I'd say from about April the whole way to October, you should be able to see stable demand with a peak at about the beginning of summer between June and July. If you look at 2021, a very similar story. The peak search demand was at the end of May, early June. So I expect this year to be relatively the same. It'd be a great product to begin selling in May and to be able to get rid of that inventory fairly quickly. The next thing that I'm going to do is to head over to the Amazon page to type in this niche and to figure out, are these sellers selling just a single set, or are they selling multiple sets? So I'll scroll down just to get a general idea. I can quickly see here they're selling a 3-piece set at about $23, which is the average price. This one doesn't say. This one also says 3-piece set, black, $26.99. So a little bit higher. Let's see if we can get another one. Yep, 3-piece set. Here's a pack of 4. Yeah, that's fairly cheap there. Anyways, if we look at these 3-piece sets, if we could find something similar to this product right here, whether it be black, red, blue, I don't think that matters too much. We can probably sell right around this $24.99 or $23.99 as a competitive price. Heading over to Alibaba, I quickly found one of these picnic table covers selling for $1.20 per unit. So remember, we'd be selling these in sets of 3. So we do 120 times 3. Our set cost would be $3.60 before shipping. So that gives us a good idea. And if we're able to sell this for $23, $24, that gives us a lot of room for profit. And speaking of profit, I took one of those sellers that we just took a look at, this ASIN right here. I used their information and to quickly run the numbers, selling at $24.99, which is what they're selling at. and a $5.60 cost of product. So that's about $2 of shipping in addition to the $3.60 unit rate. Would profit about $9.69 per sale, and our net margin would be about 39%, very similar to our other products. As long as this is above 35%, it still gives you enough room to profit, as well as to factor in some of those costs for advertising. Our last product that we'll take a look at is our niche product or our low competition product. This product may not have as high demand as the previous two, but it has the least amount of competition, which will allow you to enter the market very easily and stay there for a long time. This product is the Erasable Doodle Book. To give you an idea of what this product looks like and the key features, let's take a look at some of the top sellers here. You can see a lot of the products that are on here all resemble one another, maybe a different color, but as far as their features, a lot of them come with markers, and you're able to erase whatever they're able to draw on there. Okay, so that gives us an idea of what that looks like. Taking a look at the data, the average monthly unit sold is at 451. Again, lower demand as we'd expect for the other two products, but what's really gonna make this a great product is just the limited amount of competition. Average price about $14, so we'll keep that in mind. Search volume 572, and a great 30-day search trend of 105%. Competition is low and a niche score of a 7 out of 10. I actually took a look at this yesterday and it was an 8 out of 10, so it decreased ever so slightly. Down below here, let's take a look at the 6 month. Let's give us a better idea. We can see that demand actually was very high in December due to the holidays, and then it's leveled off a little bit, and now it's beginning to increase ever since March. Right now is the great time, now that demand has been confirmed, and we can go ahead and we can enter at just the right time. Over to Alibaba, we can see one of these products here. This is very similar to some of the top sellers that are selling this type of product on Amazon. They come with markers, they come with these pouches to store the markers, and it's a very similar design. So I would recommend selling a similar product like this, but to brand this product, you can customize this however you want with a different color and especially with your logo, but I would not sell this as a wholesale product because there's gonna be a lot more risk doing that versus private labeling this product. So we can see here, if you can order more than 5,000 units, that takes on a lot more risk with your order size, but even at 320, you'll see we're still able to profit above that 35% profit margin. We're looking at a little over $1 for shipping here at 389, according to the Alibaba logistics right there. So let's see how this all factors into our actual profit margin. So after we've added the package dimensions and the unit weight, we can get a better idea of what this product is actually going to be able to yield in terms of our profit. So our item price, I put at $17.99. This is slightly above what the average price is in this niche, but my assumption is by the time that you're actually selling this in 30 to 45 days, more than likely that demand is going to continue increasing, and therefore you'll be able to increase your prices ever so slightly. So moving down, let's say that we purchased 200 of these units and we purchased them for $5.14, which is exactly the quote that I was just showing you guys on the previous Alibaba page. This would provide us with a $6.34 in profit and just over 35% for our profit margin. Again, not a very high margin, but that's okay for this type of niche product. In due time, and once you gain more reviews and there's more demand for this type of product, item price will go up and therefore your profit margin will go up as well. All right, so thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe for next month's video for the top products begin selling for the month of June. If you enjoyed this format a little bit better than the previous videos, just please let me know down in the comments or send me an email through my YouTube channel page. I'd really appreciate that.